Welcome, chosen ones. The greatest tragedy is not that we are powerless, but that we, the strongest steel, is forged in the hottest fire. The path of the chosen ones is not for the faint of heart. They didn't wake up one day and stumble into greatness. It was carved into their destiny through pain, persistence, and sheer willpower. They're the people who faced impossible odds, endured every setback, and still rose stronger and more unshakable with every challenge. What makes them chosen? It's not luck or privilege, it's their refusal to break, their ability to turn scars into armor, and their relentless drive to keep pushing forward no matter who or what stands in their way. The chosen ones don't just survive the storm, they become the storm. This is a call to action. Watch this video to understand why they're unstoppable, why every doubter, every adversary, every critic had to learn the hard way. They cannot be defeated. Let their stories inspire you to embrace your own trials and become the force no one can reckon with, to use the power we already have. Now let's get started. Number 12, all-in commitment. True commitment isn't glamorous, it's gritty, relentless, and often lonely. For the chosen ones, there's no safety net, no plan B, and no backup strategy to fall back on. That's not because they're reckless, but because their focus is so razor-sharp that there's simply no room for doubt. Every ounce of energy, every moment of their day is channeled into a singular purpose. To them, failure isn't some looming threat, it's a non-existent concept. This level of dedication separates the ordinary from the unstoppable. Most people hedge their bets, spreading their efforts thin to stay comfortable if things don't work out. But the chosen ones, they burn their ships. They refuse to give themselves an out, because having a plan B means they're already preparing to lose. Instead, they commit so deeply to their goal that the only possible outcome is success. This doesn't mean the road is easy. They face setbacks, obstacles, and moments when others would crumble. But instead of retreating, they push harder. When they fall, they don't stay down. They get up faster than anyone else. And with every misstep, they learn, adapt, and return even stronger. Their absolute focus creates a force of momentum that can't be stopped. When there's no plan B, every decision matters. Every step forward is a step closer to the goal because there's no wasted energy on what-ifs. This is the mindset of champions, of people who understand that hesitation is the enemy of success. It's this unshakable resolve, this all-in mentality, that makes the chosen ones so dangerous to underestimate. They know that real power comes from betting everything on yourself and never looking back. For them, victory isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Number 11. The hard truth. Life didn't ask the chosen ones if they wanted to carry the weight of their destiny. It simply placed the burden on their shoulders and watched what they'd do with it. At first, they didn't understand it. They didn't ask to be set apart, and the pressure of standing alone almost crushed them. But that's the thing about the chosen ones. They may hesitate, they may stumble, but they never stay down. They embrace what others run from. The truth is, their path isn't easy and it's never fair. They don't get shortcuts or favors. Every inch of progress they've made, every victory they've claimed has been earned the hard way. This is what sets them apart. While others complain about obstacles or seek an easier route, the chosen ones lean in. The harder the challenge, the more they rise to meet it. They don't just overcome, they dominate, proving time and time again that no force can break them. The world doesn't hand them respect. It resists, mocks, and underestimates them until it's left with no choice but to bow. That's the power of the hard way. It builds a strength so undeniable, even the doubters are forced to acknowledge it. Their scars become their trophies, their setbacks fuel their fire, and their perseverance turns impossibilities into accomplishments. The chosen ones don't prove their worth through words or empty promises. They prove it through action, through consistency, and through their ability to thrive where others would crumble. This isn't about destiny handing them an easy win. It's about their refusal to give up no matter what. They don't just survive the hard way, they redefine it, and in doing so they become unstoppable. Number 10, born from chaos, not comfort. Comfort never created greatness. The chosen ones weren't handed an easy life or born into a storybook beginning. Their paths were carved out of chaos, messy, unpredictable, and relentless. While others grew up shielded by comfort, the chosen ones were thrust into situations that demanded grit, resilience, and an unyielding will to survive. Chaos didn't just shape them, it forged them. Every setback, every betrayal, every hard lesson became part of their armor. Where comfort breeds complacency, struggle sharpens the mind, toughens the heart, and refines the spirit. The chosen ones don't just endure adversity, they absorb its lessons, turning every failure and hardship into a stepping stone toward their ultimate purpose. Silver spoons don't teach you how to fight, how to adapt, or how to lead when everything's falling apart. Comfort might offer a head start, but it doesn't prepare you for the real battles. Chaos, on the other hand, is an unforgiving teacher. It forces you to confront your weaknesses, to find strength where you thought you had none, and to become unbreakable in the face of uncertainty. The chosen ones are sharper because they've had to be. They've faced circumstances that demanded growth or defeat, and they chose growth every time. Their strength isn't theoretical, it's tested, proven, and undeniable. They didn't just survive the chaos, they thrived in it, coming out sharper, stronger, and more capable than those who've only known ease. So, forget the fairy tale narratives. The chosen ones don't fit the mold because they were never part of it. They were born in the fire of struggle, and that fire didn't consume them, it made them unstoppable. Chaos wasn't their enemy, it was their greatest ally, and it's why no challenge, no rival, can ever stand against them. Number 9. Opposition as a catalyst. For the chosen ones, opposition isn't a threat, it's fuel. Every attack, every insult, every attempt to bring them down becomes the spark that drives them forward. While others shrink under criticism or crumble when challenged, the chosen ones do the opposite. They grow, they adapt, and they come back stronger, smarter, and far more dangerous than before. The harder you push them, the sharper their instincts become. The more you try to corner them, the more unpredictable they get. They don't just endure opposition, they use it as a catalyst to evolve. Every setback is a lesson, every challenge an opportunity to refine their skills. They've mastered the art of flipping the script, turning every disadvantage into an advantage no one saw coming. Here's the truth. Opposition reveals the true nature of the chosen ones. It forces them to dig deeper, to find power they didn't even know they had. It's in those moments of resistance that their potential truly ignites. And just when their enemies think they've got the upper hand, the chosen ones strike back with a force no one can anticipate. But it's not just about retaliation, it's about transformation. Each attack forces them to grow in ways that leave their opponent standing still. Their ability to adapt under fire, to outthink and outlast those who underestimate them, is what makes them unstoppable. For the chosen ones, opposition isn't something to fear, it's something to welcome. Because every attempt to take them down only strengthens their resolve, sharpens their focus, and makes their inevitable rise even more powerful. The harder the world tries to break them, the more unstoppable they become. And by the time the opposition realizes this, it's already too late. Number 8. More than human. The chosen ones aren't defined by raw talent or natural gifts. What sets them apart is their ability to transform, completely and unapologetically. They're not content to stay within the limits of what's normal or human. They dive into the unknown, pushing themselves far beyond what most people are even willing to consider. It's not about being born extraordinary, it's about becoming it through relentless evolution. What makes this transformation so powerful is the territory they're willing to explore. While others cling to comfort zones and avoid the difficult, the chosen ones face their fears head-on. They challenge the boundaries of their minds, bodies, and souls, breaking through walls that keep most people confined. They are unafraid to dig deep, confront their flaws, and rebuild themselves into something stronger. This isn't about perfection. It's about embracing the process of constant growth. They don't rely on what they already know. They seek the wisdom and strength hidden in pain, failure, and uncertainty. Each transformation pulls them further away from the ordinary and closer to becoming forces of nature, unstoppable, relentless, and entirely unpredictable. What's most unnerving about them is their unpredictability. Just when you think you've figured them out, they evolve again, reaching levels that seem almost superhuman. It's not magic. It's their commitment to never stop growing, no matter how painful or exhausting the process might be. They become something more than human, not because they were destined to, but because they chose to. They chose the harder path, the deeper truths, and the endless pursuit of their potential. And in doing so, they've become forces that cannot be ignored or contained, forces that redefine what it means to truly be unstoppable. Number 7. Immovable belief system. The chosen ones aren't driven by luck, talent, or even opportunity. They're fueled by an unshakable belief in themselves. This isn't arrogance. It's a deep-rooted conviction that their purpose is greater than the doubts of others. They don't need approval, applause, or validation. They know their worth, and that certainty makes them untouchable. When you encounter someone with this kind of belief system, it's almost unsettling. You can't intimidate them because fear doesn't reach them. You can't manipulate them because they don't depend on external opinions to guide their actions. Their inner compass is so finely tuned that no amount of criticism or resistance can sway them. This unwavering faith comes from knowing that their path isn't for others to judge or understand. While most people spend their lives second-guessing themselves, the chosen ones operate on a different level. They've already decided who they are, what they stand for, and where they're headed. And because they're so clear on their mission, their confidence becomes contagious, even to those who oppose them. What's most dangerous about their belief system is how it enables them to take risks that others wouldn't dare. When you're not weighed down by self-doubt, you move with purpose. When you trust your instincts completely, you're always one step ahead. Opponents can't outmaneuver someone who doesn't hesitate, who doesn't falter, who doesn't question their own capabilities. This isn't about ego, it's about alignment. The chosen ones know they're here for a reason, and they're relentless in pursuing it. Their belief is their armor, their compass, and their power, and that's why they're impossible to stop, because no one can shake someone who already knows they cannot be beaten. Number 6. Failure is fuel, not defeat. For the chosen ones, failure isn't something to fear or avoid. It's a powerful tool, a stepping stone to something greater. While most people see failure as the end of the road, the chosen ones see it as the beginning of a new chapter. They don't just bounce back from a loss. They obliterate the very idea of defeat. Every setback, every mistake is meticulously analyzed, broken down, and transformed into a weapon that will make them stronger and more unstoppable the next time around. They don't wallow in self-pity or dwell on what went wrong. Instead, they dissect every failure with surgical precision, searching for the lesson buried within it. They re-engineer their approach, refine their strategy, and come back with an even sharper focus. Failure doesn't break them, it empowers them. It forces them to evolve, adapt, and outgrow their previous limitations. The difference between the chosen ones and others isn't just their ability to rise after falling, it's their ability to rise better, smarter, and stronger. They don't just learn from their mistakes, they completely transform them into stepping stones that propel them to new heights. Every failure fuels their fire, adds to their arsenal, and pushes them closer to the person they're meant to become. The chosen ones understand that no loss is permanent unless you let it define you. They refuse to let failure hold them back or diminish their potential. Instead, they turn it into their greatest weapon. And that's why they can never be stopped. Because as long as they keep transforming failure into fuel, there's nothing that can slow them down. Number 5. The burden of greatness. Being chosen isn't some grand blessing. It's a heavy burden, one that few can truly understand. The weight of greatness comes with a constant pressure that never lets up. The higher you rise, the more you become a target for everyone's expectations. Every move you make is watched, critiqued, and judged by those who believe they know your path better than you do. The more you achieve, the more you carry, and it's not just your own success that's expected of you. It's everyone else's failures that get pinned on you too. With every victory, the bar is raised, but with every mistake, the fall is farther. There's no room for error, no time for self-doubt, and no guarantee of support when things go wrong. The chosen ones don't get to enjoy the luxury of being human. They must always be on, always be perfect, because the moment they slip, everyone who's been waiting for them to fail is quick to point it out. The glory doesn't come with the position. It's a lie sold to the world. What the chosen ones carry is the weight of the world's disappointments, the relentless pressure to be more, to be better, and to never ever fall short. It's exhausting. It's isolating. But it's also what makes them extraordinary. Because despite the burden, they keep moving forward, not for the praise, but because they know that their path is one they chose to walk, and they won't let anything stop them from completing it. The world may try to break them, but they wear that burden like armor, knowing that every step is proof of their strength. Number 4. Masters of the long game. The chosen ones don't waste time chasing short-term victories or fleeting accolades. They play a different game, one that's drawn out, strategic, and calculated to perfection. While most people focus on immediate wins, they have their eyes on the bigger picture, always thinking 3, 4, or 5 steps ahead. Their moves are subtle, their decisions deliberate, and their patience unshakable. They understand that true power isn't about winning every battle. It's about winning the war, no matter how long it takes. Their strategy is so intricate that their opponents don't even realize they're losing until it's too late. Every move, every word, every action is part of a grand design, carefully planned to create the perfect moment when their opponents are caught off guard. The chosen ones don't rush, don't force things. They let the game unfold, knowing that the right moment will come, and when it does, they'll strike with precision. This isn't about being flashy or making noise. It's about quiet dominance. They move in the shadows, setting the pieces on the board with a mastery that most can't comprehend. And by the time their opponents catch up, it's already game over. The chosen ones don't need to prove anything with instant results. They know that the real power lies in playing the long game, where the final victory is inevitable, and no one can even see it coming until they've already lost. Number 3. Fear as a weapon. The chosen ones don't fear defeat, humiliation, or failure. They embrace it and turn it into a weapon. What paralyzes others with fear only fuels their fire. They've learned that fear is not an enemy to be avoided, but an ally to be harnessed. Where others shrink at the thought of losing or being exposed, they take it head-on, using every moment of vulnerability to fortify themselves. Defeat is not the end, it's just another tool in their arsenal, one that makes them more dangerous with every encounter. What terrifies others only makes them stronger. The fear of looking weak, of falling short, or of being judged. These are the things that hold most people back. But the chosen ones see these fears not as threats, but as stepping stones to greater strength. They've faced it all, felt it all, and yet have never allowed it to break them. Instead, they weaponize it, channeling that energy into their next move, their next strike, their next step toward victory. When opponents sense fear, they lose focus. They hesitate, they question their own strength. But the chosen ones never show hesitation. They've already confronted their worst fears and walked through them, which leaves their adversaries exposed. In their presence, fear becomes a blinding force, because while others are caught in the paralysis of doubt, the chosen ones strike with unrelenting precision. Fear doesn't own them, it serves them, and that's what makes them terrifying. When others crumble under pressure, the chosen ones thrive. What terrifies others becomes their greatest strength, and in that shadow, their enemies stand helpless, unable to even recognize the danger until it's too late. Number 2. Moral complexity. The chosen ones aren't bound by the constraints of moral perfection. They don't play by the rules set by others, and they don't waste time pretending to be flawless. They understand that greatness isn't about being pure. It's about the results, the impact, and the willingness to do what others won't. When the stakes are high and there's no clear path, they make the tough decisions that others shy away from. Ruthless when necessary, they don't hesitate to cross lines if it means securing their mission, their survival, or the greater good. Their actions are often morally ambiguous, not because they lack integrity, but because they understand the complexity of the world around them. They've seen firsthand that idealism doesn't always work in the real world. Sometimes achieving the greater goal requires decisions that others can't fathom. The chosen ones embrace that complexity without hesitation. They aren't concerned with being liked or understood. They're focused on results. This isn't about being cold or heartless. It's about recognizing that greatness often demands sacrifices, and those who are unwilling to make them are destined to fall behind. The chosen ones have no illusions about their path. They know they can't be perfect, and they don't waste energy chasing an unattainable ideal. Instead, they focus on what's necessary to get the job done. Their greatness isn't defined by purity or perfection. It's defined by their ability to accomplish the impossible, to make decisions that others can't stomach, and to push forward when everyone else would have stopped. It's their results that speak louder than any morality, and that's what makes them unstoppable. Number 1. Unseen preparation. What you see in the chosen ones, their victories, their triumphs, their success, is just a glimpse of the iceberg. Beneath the surface, where no one is watching, is a massive foundation built on relentless, unseen effort. While others are sleeping, celebrating, or procrastinating, the chosen ones are honing their craft in the dark, putting in the work when no one else is around to witness it. They understand that true greatness is never built in the spotlight. It's forged in the quiet hours when the world isn't paying attention. This is where the real work happens. They don't wait for the perfect moment, the right circumstances, or external validation. They grind day after day, perfecting their skills, pushing their limits, and preparing themselves for what's to come. Their victories aren't the result of luck or chance. They're the product of years of invisible labor, unseen sacrifices, and hours spent perfecting every detail that most people overlook. The chosen ones understand that nothing worth having comes easily, and they're willing to do the work that others won't. The public success is just the cherry on top, but it's the invisible effort, the preparation, the learning, the training, that truly separates them from the rest. They know that no one is watching in those quiet moments, but they don't need the attention. The reward is in the progress, the growth, and the satisfaction of knowing that every ounce of effort is making them unbeatable. So when you see the chosen ones at the top, know that it wasn't by chance. It was the unseen preparation, the work behind the scenes, that made the impossible look effortless. In conclusion, the chosen ones didn't arrive at the top by luck, by shortcuts, or by following the easy path. They earned it. They fought for it. They went through the struggle, the pain, the failures, and came out on the other side stronger, sharper, and unstoppable. They didn't just survive the hard times. They turned those times into the very things that defined them. What makes them chosen isn't some magical gift. It's the relentless drive, the mental toughness, and the ability to turn every setback into fuel for their next move. They embrace the struggle, face the fear, and push past the doubts. They aren't perfect. They make tough, sometimes unpopular decisions. But they don't stop. They don't give in. And that's why they're unstoppable. So when you look at those who seem untouchable, remember, there's no secret, no shortcut. The truth is simple. If you want to be among the chosen ones, you have to be willing to face the hard way and never back down. It's about the work you put in when no one is watching, the sacrifices no one sees, and the resilience that lets you get back up after every fall. The world won't hand you greatness, but if you dare to embrace the struggle, to outwork the competition, and to believe in yourself when everyone else doubts you, you'll be on the same path. You won't just be chosen, you'll be unstoppable. And when they try to take you down, they'll learn the hard way that you can't be beat. Your potential is limitless, but it's useless unless you act on it. The world is waiting for you to rise, to stop hesitating, and to take hold of your destiny. Every moment you delay is a moment lost, not just for you, but for everyone who would have benefited from the impact you were meant to have. You don't have time to waste. You're not here to be a passive observer. You are a force, and the moment you embrace that, everything changes. So don't hold back. Don't hide behind excuses or fears. Step into your power, take action, and lead with the confidence that you have everything you need to succeed. The world is waiting for the ripple effect only you can create. It's time to stop neglecting your gifts and start living the destiny you were born for. The clock is ticking and the universe doesn't wait. It's time for you to show up. God bless.